Legends of war can change their way. We imagine our lives will be. The March family are on their way. Make Joe, Beth, and Amy.
It's so exciting! Joe's friend Anthony has found a house for us.
Anthony, what's it like? Describe it for me in detail.
I'd call it sort of fundamentalist. It has a shape all its own.
Oh,
Hey!
I bet you this is the kind of rain they have in the Bible.
Oh. I'm worried about Joe.
Well, at least she won't have to take a bath.
Mind your tongue, Amy March.
Wish I was out there with her this very minute, Beth. Honestly, I do.
Yes, so do I, Amy.
Yeah. Ah! Amy! Save me, Beth!
Anthony, I hate thunder. I can't stand the noise. Do something, Anthony. Do something. Don't just stand there. Do something.
I'm sorry, Josephine, but I don't have any control over Mother Nature. Only my editor. Hey, Mother Nature heard you. The lightning seems to be farther away now. It's letting up. Now, it'll be all right. You're a brave girl. Behave like one.
Oh.
Joe,
Ugh.
lightning isn't really that terrible.
I'm not convinced. Oh. Oh.
What's wrong now?
Well, what happens if the tree's hit by lightning?
That, my dear lady, is impossible. The lightning's much too far away.
Oh. Then there's nothing to be afraid of?
Right.
Phew.
That caught me unawares, you know.
I hope it'll be over soon. There's nothing more scary than a lightning storm.
I'm not talking about the lightning. I mean the way you jumped into my arms.
Huh? I was scared and I didn't know what I was doing. I'm so embarrassed.
You don't have to apologize. The pleasure was all mine, believe you me, ma'am.
Yay!
At your service, ma'am.
I can't hear you.
Oh, huh? Hmm? Now what do I do?
Yes, who is it?
It's me, Amy.
I expected Joe. Where is she?
I'm sorry, but she's not home.
She's out in this wicked storm?
She went house hunting this morning. I doubt she'll give up till she's found one.
It's a hopeless task, Amy. As far as I'm concerned, she'd be better off by putting her efforts into something more constructive.
I know she'll find us a home.
I think it doubtful. But enough of that for now. I've grown accustomed to having Josephine read to me.
Oh. Well, I'd be quite happy to try, though I'm not as good as Josephine.
Well, perhaps you'd like to give it a try.
Shakespeare? Aunt March, who is he?
A playwright. Now, please open to page 204. You can begin with Jaques.
Yes'm. Just a minute, I'll find it. I'm ready to start.
Then what are you waiting for? Begin.
Yes'm. A fool? A fool met...
I met a fool in the forest.
You met a fool in the forest, Auntie March?
It's in the play, child.
I met a fool in the forest who laid himself down. Yes, I got it now. And rail led on lady for, and rail led on lady, for tune in good set terms. In good set terms? And yet he, Oh, and was a fool.
I'm afraid you need some more practice, Amy. But you mustn't despair. Shakespeare's almost impossible to interpret when one has as little training in elocution as you have.
I'll go look for Josephine now, ma'am.
It's not much farther now, Joe. I think you'll love it.
From what you say, I'm sure it's a beautiful house, but I'm more concerned about how much the rent will be.
You mustn't be so pessimistic, Josephine.
I'm being practical.
Don't worry, nobody's breaking the door down to rent the house.
It could be that the owners are just waiting until the right family comes along.
Yeah, that's the spirit. They'll welcome you with open arms, I bet.
Wait a minute. This house sounds so perfect, there's got to be something wrong.
Well, it may be in need of a few minor repairs, that's all.
Oh? Huh. Minor repairs? And just what do you mean by minor, Anthony?
Come along and see for yourself, Josephine. I wouldn't
wait
want
a
you to think
minute.
I tried to talk you into it.
Anthony!
You'll see what I mean when we get there.
Wow!
Like it?
It's fantastic! I love it!
I was sure you would.
It has wonderful variety. It looks like it was built in stages. Oh, and look at that octagonal roof. Oh, Anthony. Is that a barn or what?
I understand that the previous tenants were in the glass business.
Oh, and that was their workshop.
They probably had it built to their own specifications.
Can we look inside?
Okay, the manager should have an extra set of keys. I'll run and get them.
No, I couldn't ask you to do that. You've already helped me more than I deserve.
No. Believe me, it's my pleasure, Joe. You see, I forgot to tell you, the manager is my cousin.
Oh, well, that's different. And the grounds were just perfect.
Yes, but what was it like inside the house, Joe?
Charming, tasteful, and old-fashioned. Exactly what we've been looking for.
All I want to know is if there's enough room.
More than enough. Amy and Beth will be quite comfortable in the rumpus room. And you and I will finally be able to have rooms of our own, Meg.
You want to know what I think about your plan? Here's what I think about your plan. Blech.
You haven't even seen the house, Amy. Bleh.
I'm still a bit concerned why a house of such quality has been vacant for so long.
Well, that's because the house has been waiting for a family like us. Mr. Gardner, the owner of the house, moved to Italy, and he wrote a letter to the manager saying he wouldn't be back for 10 years. And he told him to rent the house to a responsible family. Well, that's us.
So it never really was on the market? And it was shown to you because the manager is the cousin of that young reporter?
That's right.
But Joe, the house wouldn't really be ours. We would have to give it up whenever he decided to return home.
My gosh, Meg. We're talking about a whole 10 years' time.
Well, that's a fair amount of time.
Amy will be all grown up and away at college by then, Marmee. And who knows what might happen in the next 10 years?
That's true. And anyway, your father will be home long before we have to make a decision. I think we would be well advised to see the place just as soon as possible.
I'm coming too, Mommy.
Me too, please.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Forgot what, dear?
Beth has a grand piano in the living room.
A piano?
That's what I said, all right. Just waiting for you.
Really? Gosh. Marmee, can I play on it tomorrow?
I don't see why not. It seems to me we should all be in on the decision.
Yeah!
Oh, dear.
Hello? Joe?
Good morning, Anthony. I'm over here. Hi.
So, what do you think?
Great. We explored the whole house yesterday. It's exactly what we wanted.
You know, Joe, I haven't been in this place since I was a child. I think I'll wander around a bit and just refresh my memory.
Hey, what brings you here today?
Oh, a beautiful day, you, and a rare moment of free time.
Anthony, guess what? Mother decided to rent the house.
Here, let me help you with that.
So I intend to make good use of this wonderful building. Oh, golly Really, look at this place.
Very interesting.
There's still some unused glass over here.
Heaven knows what, but I bet you'll find some purpose for those.
It's going to take some fixing up, but it's just perfect. And the light.
Mm-hmm. They left a lot of junk behind them.
You'll begin to appreciate this place when I get it cleaned up.
I appreciate it now. What are you going to use it for?
I haven't made up my mind yet, but you can be sure that when I do, it won't go to waste.
You know, considering the size and the built-in privacy, you might consider using it as a workroom.
Huh? You mean a studio, don't you?
Uh-huh. Well, you're probably going to want a place to write, aren't you?
Do you really expect me to write my book in here?
Mm-hmm.
You're asking for an awful lot, Mr. Anthony Boone. After all, it is quite small.
It's not bad when you compare it to the size of the room I have to write in.
Hey, look at this. Well, I'm surprised you even remembered that I'm a writer.
Now, what's that supposed to mean, Joe? I had no trouble remembering. My editor requested that I bring you in. He wants to talk to you.
Really? You can't be serious.
I'm perfectly serious. He thinks your story is really marvelous.
I'm surprised he even bothered to read it.
Then this'll surprise you even more. He told me that he wants to buy it from you.
Really? Don't toy with me, Anthony. He wants my story?
Mm-hmm. But for the life of me, I'll never know why.
Hooray! Your editor knows talent when he reads it.
Excuse me.
Huh?
Hi.
Top of the morning to you, Amy.
And a good morning to you, Mr. Boone. Thank you very much for finding us this wonderful house.
What do you want?
Marmy's looking for you, Josephine.
I wonder what for.
You should go see what she wants, Joe. Don't you imagine?
You're right.
Gee, look at this place. I could pretend that this was an English theater and I was a famous actress giving a command performance for the king and queen. To be or not? And that is what is. The really big question. That's Shakespeare, I believe.
Here's your manuscript fee.
Oh, this makes me very proud.
I'm aware that $2 is not much for a manuscript, young lady. However,
Yes?
just as soon as your writing shows some improvement, so will the guarantee. I like to support young talent in every way possible.
I really do appreciate it.
Don't mention it. Anthony may not realize what he's reading, but in my opinion, it's great.
Yeah?
Don't bother right now concerning yourself with technical stuff. You'll be a great writer someday, I guarantee it.
Thanks. Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking.
Oh, that's all right.
Bye.
Hey, what?
I did it! I'm going to be a success after all.
Joe? Joe? Hey, I understand your family's leaving March Manor.
That's right.
But why are you smiling, Joe? You can't be happy about it.
That's just for me to know.
Well, I'm not very happy about it.
I'm sorry about that, but I can't worry about your peace of mind.
Hey, if you'd like, you could ride back to the house with me.
I'd rather walk.
You don't have very much respect for me, do you? Get up there! Yeah!
Wait a minute.
Whoa! Yes?
Thanks. I've changed my mind. It'd be a pleasure to ride with you.
We have plenty of sheets and more than enough blankets in this house, so please feel free to take whatever you need.
I appreciate your generosity, Aunt March.
I imagine you're still missing many of the basic essentials.
Yes, we are.
Aha. Tell me, my dear, can you afford to purchase them?
I'm not that sure. At best, it's probably going to be difficult.
Mary, I'd be honored if you'd allow me to help.
Oh, my goodness, no. You've already done more than anyone could ask of a person.
Oh, come now, that's nonsense. There are not that many things left for me to do with my money.
Oh, you needn't worry about us, Aunt March. We have enough money for now. And you've demonstrated great kindness by opening up your house and your arms to me and my family.
Then allow me the pleasure of giving you a housewarming gift. Oh my, I'm afraid it won't be the same around here after you leave. I'll be a lonely old woman again, Mary.
My, your nephew Frederick certainly wasn't wrong about you. You're special.
Me? Special?
Mm-hmm. You really are, Aunt March. You've become very close and very dear to all of us.
Oh, Mary, I've become a selfish, narrow-minded, miserly old spinster.
You're one of the most generous people I know.
Now it's you who are being kind.
Aunt March, about the housewarming gift, may I reconsider?
I wish you would. That would make me very happy.
I realize this may seem like a very unusual request I'm about to make. Before our family left York, I promised each of my daughters I'd buy them a new dress. If you would like to buy them, I'm sure they'd be thrilled beyond your imagination.
You mean it's just a matter of a new wardrobe?
I was afraid it would break their hearts to learn there wouldn't be any new dresses. And as I said before, there was just no way I could afford it and still furnish the house.
It would be my very, very great pleasure. If you give me their measurements, I will see to it that everything is taken care of.
Forgive me for being so forward.
Oh, don't be silly. Oh, there is one thing you could do for me.
I'd be happy to.
It's about your daughter Josephine.
Yes? Yes, come in.
Hi, Marmee. Hello, Aunt March. Please excuse me. I've got something wonderful to tell both of you.
Well, Josephine, your timing is perfect. We were just speaking about you.
Please, Aunt March, let me tell you what happened to me this afternoon before you continue your conversation.
Well, since you're so eager.
Why, thank you. I'm a writer. I've sold my story to the newspaper.
Oh.
The editor loved what I had to say, and he paid me for the publishing rights.
I think that's absolutely marvelous.
Yes, it is.
If it so pleases your royal majesty on this fine day, may this humble servant please give you her first moneys.
Oh. How wonderful.
$2.
Oh, my goodness. Why, that's hardly enough for paper.
It suits me just fine.
Be that as it may, I would think one would receive much more for the sale of an original composition. I believe our Josephine has sold her talents much too cheaply.
Oh, my, Josephine. It makes me so proud to be the mother of such a famous young writer.
It does?
I've never been this proud of anyone, dear.
Oh, I'm so happy. You wanted to say something, Auntie?
Me?
Well,
How's my favorite aunt this afternoon? And how are the visiting marches?
good afternoon, David.
Oh, it seems I've interrupted something. Would you like me to wait in the parlor for a while?
You can do as you like, but don't disturb us. We're discussing a very important matter.
I understand perfectly. But if it won't be too much of an imposition, I'd like to remain.
Now, Josephine,
Yes, ma'am.
would you consider remaining here with me as my ward and companion?
Do you want me to stay and live with you, Aunt March?
Yes, you heard me aright. And what is your answer, Josephine?
Well, I'm not sure.
I will consider adoption if you'd rather.
Auntie March!
What?
You what?
I'd greatly appreciate no more interruptions. I'm addressing myself to Josephine.
I can't.
This is quite sudden, Aunt March.
Take a moment, my dear, by all means.
How can you make such an offer, Auntie? You'd be giving away your fortune.
That's my business, David.
But you can't. That inheritance is mine.
You may wait in the parlor, young man.
My answer is no. Aunt March, I'm terribly sorry, but there's just no way I could leave my family. They're all depending on me to help support them. It's true, Marmee. You'll be needing help.
But you must come to your own decisions, Josephine.
I'm not surprised. I expected you to turn down my offer, Josephine.
Oh, really?
What?
You needn't worry. I'm not the type of person who needs to hide the way they feel, though sometimes I found honesty demands a high price. Understand?
I understand, Aunt March.
Now then, I have a small favor to ask of you.
Yes?
An offer I hope you'll accept.
An offer?
Polly and Harry need to be looked after. And I need someone to read to me and write my letters too. And of course, they must be a good conversationalist as well.
Then I'll be able to come during the day and go back home at night?
Absolutely. And if I have a visitor or I'm taking a nap, your time is your own. You can peruse the books in the library, work on your novel, or take a walk around the property.
Yes.
Not only that, I'll double the amount you received from your first manuscript. $4 a week. That'll give you added financial security, I should think.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Amy March, I hope that all your chores are finished.
I've cleaned up my room, if that's what you mean.
Oh, that was fast, wasn't it?
I'm not in the habit of wasting my time, Meg.
Where's Beth?
I don't know. Maybe she's up in her room.
Going over what you forgot to finish, I bet. Oh, there she is.
Hi, Meg.
Have you finished?
Yes, I have.
Say, why don't we all go pay Aunt March a visit?
I'm bored. This piano's so out of tune it's difficult to play.
Maybe I can make it sound better.
Help yourself. I'm finished now.
Okay. Let's see.
It sounds wonderful to me. And you, Beth? Beth? Well?
It sounds better when she plays.
I agree.
We moved in a little while later. I didn't get my own room, but Joe was right. The room was big. Beth played the piano every day until we had to go back to school.
Fortunes of war can change.